And I'm back. I saw the scrapes in the chat, stream chat. Very funny. Okay, so we're back for this will be the start of Endwalker. So probably the start of Endwalker. I don't know. This seems like the place to go, right? Murder Fox. This bodes well for the start of Endwalker. Okay, do you have some time to talk? I'd like to gather everyone in Dawn's Respite and together assess the situation in which we find ourselves. This is probably going to be the recap to catch up. Also, it's really cold downstairs. Let's take stock of the facts, shall we? Crisis at hand began with the sudden appearance of ominous towers in a multitude of locations throughout the world. We have since learned that said structures were brought into being by an organization known as the Telafroi. The Telafroi's stated purpose is to recreate the final days of eons past, an apocalyptic event that would result in the destruction of all we hold dear. Already, these towers of theirs been the cause of untold suffering. Countless innocents kidnapped and imprisoned, their faith perverted for primal summonings. And unless we can find a way to deal with the corruptive aura surrounding those fires, we can't even get close enough to rescue anyone. Those shielded with the blessing of light seem able to resist being tempered at least. But after what happened to Ironvold and Fordola, we need to be very, very careful about how we proceed. Okay, while these threats close to home are of paramount concern, we mustn't lose sight of the situation in Garlemald. As you know, the software under the leadership of Friend Daniel and one other delightful fellow, Zenas J. Galvas, the Crown Prince and our dear friend. To date, he's reclaimed his old body, murdered Emperor Varys, and plunged Garlemald into an even deeper pit of chaos. Capital has probably seen the worst of it. For a good while there, it saw the bloodiest fighting in the War of Succession. That has since changed, and in troubling ways. During our reconnaissance, the air was not once rent by the barking of cannons or the cries of discord. It was an eerie fog of silence which had blanketed that ruined city. The inhabitants appeared to have been tempered, and with nary a word spoken did they labor to transform the palace into a soaring edifice born of nightmares. If they were indeed made thralls, it seems safe to assume that these events, too, were orchestrated by the Telafroi. An army of Prime was awful enough, but in light of recent developments, I fear it is only the prelude to an even greater catastrophe. We need to devise a means to counter this threat, and quickly before our allies are overwhelmed. We will find a way in Charlian, I'm sure of it. Master Fortuno's comments regarding the final days were curious to say the least. The Forum knows more than is letting on. Sorry to interrupt. We just received word from Mistress Cryo. She says that arrangements for a visit have been finalized. We're going on a boat! We head to Limsel Minson and board the next ship bound for Charlian. And on arrival, position yourselves as associates of the students of Balbessian. Come to assist with the Order's restoration. I'm tempted to have some of this edamame. Should I draw random? Range should maybe settle, but what are your thoughts? They must race at the prospect of returning home after so long. I'm eager to see it, of course. We should set off at once. Alright, here we go. Yep, it's a new expansion. Now accompany you to the docks. You need at least one person there to wave and cry and wish you a safe journey. Alright, here we go. Will it be hot or will it be good? That was an excellent balance. A little hint of wasabi. Yeah, every expansion has new music check. she a succubus? That's interesting. So I was confused for a minute. I thought I was back in World of Warcraft. Everyone's here, which is good because I've already paid food passage. And the fee is non-refundable. The ship for Charlotte should be pulling into port soon. So please follow me and have all your luggage close at hand.
They've almost finished loading our cargo. We should be ready to depart right on schedule, or so I'm told.
I played it a very long time ago.
'Tis nice to have a smooth beginning to one's journey, at the very least.
It's funny. Master Louis Soir came here on a ship very much like this one.
Oh yeah, it's the one that goes to Charlotte back and forth.
And now, years later, the street urchin he befriended that day is bound for his mentor's homeland. With his mentor's grandchildren, no less.
Aye. 'Tis upon reflection that every twist of time's river and fate's whims are brought into sharp relief. Thou hast matured much in the intervening years. Wert thou not caught attempting to relieve Master Louis Soir of his purse scant moments after he made landfall upon this dock?
Oh, really? Now that's a tale I'd like to hear.
Banker the Thief.
Will this be your first visit to Charlian, Sir Estinian?
Yep.
Sir Estinian?
Are we strangers newly met? Why this stiff formality?
I like he's like up to his waist.
I, merely meant it as a professional courtesy, since we are now colleagues in an official sense.
I'd rather you dispense with the sirs, especially in private company. Or I'll be forced to respond in kind, little Lord Alphino.
You've made your point, Estinian. Painfully well.
Better.
Just call him SD.
Are you all right, Tataru? You seem positively distraught.
Distraught? Me? Don't be silly. I think it's lovely that they get to see their homeland.
Why didn't you come with us?
It's just... we're trying to thwart the schemes of an army hellbent on destroying the world.
Yeah?
And, once again, I have to stay behind and worry that this is the last time I'll get to see my friends.
I'll bring them back safe and sound, I promise.
I'll hold you to that.
Ah, good. You're still here.
Hori! Kultine! What brings you all this way?
I still have trouble with that name.
We're to assist the Maelstrom and the Kobolds with a lunar primal operation, so we thought we'd see you off before heading to the tower.
It sounds like another word.
Flamine and the others wish you all a safe journey and promise that they'll look after things here until you return. We will too, of course. Aye. We, your fellow Scions of the Seventh Dawn, will do our part to ensure the end of the world won't happen on our watch.
I think that'd make more sense.
We're set to sail! All aboard for Charlian!
That many people get on the boat?
It's time.
Then we must delay no longer. We will contact you the moment we learn aught of value. Wish us luck.
Have a safe journey, and please, please, be careful.
And so you venture forth unto the unknown.
That voice.
A fate beyond the horizon that cannot be divined. A future undefined and in flux. In uncertain times, naught but the simplest words
thinking that
of
myself.
wisdom will suffice.
It sounds like him.
That which lives is destined to die. Love leads to loss. Every beginning has an end. Treasure every moment, every step of your descent.
Wow. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid most of the subplots. Just because I don't have a lot of time to...
And there, in the
remember.
depths where souls and stars rest, find your truth.
Are we going under the ocean again? Oh, they look very tall. She likes tall men.
Here. Feel. Think.
Nope, that's okay. Preferences are okay.
The day has barely dawned, my fellow earlier riser. Though we're hardly alone in that. Envious of those still sleeping soundly, no doubt.
Random Fox. We have gun shorts, Fox.
Called out to you, you say? I've heard nothing myself. In any case, I dare say the sea air will do you good. Why not join the others on deck? Charlian should be coming into view at any moment.
Is there a canonical reason the doors always slide open when you get close to them? If so, what are the handles for? I'm just curious. Every time you approach a door.
My voice yet reaches you. I am glad.
Haven't you noticed every time I approach a door, even in cutscenes?
Hear, feel, think. And thus do we meet face to face at last. My warrior of light, guided by the crystal.
Why now, Hydaelyn?
After your sojourn in the First, I believe you have your answer. You have gained an understanding of what I truly am, what Hydaelyn has always been, a primal.
A pretty primal. I love her eyes.
Zodiac was created to forestall the apocalypse which threatened the ancient world, and I was brought forth to bind him. Yet 7 times now, those who would orchestrate a return to that bygone era have rejoined a shard to the god I had sundered. The greater his strength grows, the swifter does mine own diminish. The power to draw your mind into the rift betwixt is no longer mine to
So I'm
wield.
coughing a bit this morning.
Yet though it taxes me
It's not my fault
sorely,
you have a delay.
I dare not leave these words unsaid.
It's only like 5 seconds on my end.
Even bereft of my guidance, you and your companions have accepted the burden of this star's troubled past. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. Wheels shudder and turn. Conflict looms. Monumental. Which will decide the fate of this world and all life upon it. When you truly understand what is at stake,
So I just keep
and
coughing.
your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable,
I cough so much my abs hurt.
then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Cast your peepers to the fore, folks. Sharlian's just over yonder.
It's
I will
fine,
not
it's just
keep you
allergies.
further. Your traveler's heart must yearn to behold this unfamiliar land. We shall meet again, and soon.
It's possibly due to the spicy stuff I just ate, the wasabi. Making my sinuses drain. Because my nose has been a little bit congested this morning. Probably due to the cold.
Oh, what a fine morning. Oh, still a bit stiff though.
And a good morning to you too. Taken a look at the island already?
Then let's go. Let's go. Might still be room in the prow if we're lucky.
Let's go.
Ah, the sleepers have arisen. There she is. Good old Sharlian.
Oh, I see it.
Home. Home at last. Well, maybe not in Father's eyes, but we'll manage on our own, if we must.
Oh? I thought it
You
meant
do
you just,
know
like, didn't move.
you're not alone in this, don't you? Indeed. 'Tis as Sir Estinian saith. Forget not the comrades who boarded this ship at your side, I prithee.
Thank you, my friends. We are ever grateful for your steadfast support.
I'm trying to remember. It's
Upon arrival, we will be disembarking into the
Shega?
heart of Sharlayan proper.
Siega? Am I close?
There is no greater concentration of wisdom in all the world. I am confident that somewhere within that center of knowledge and learning, we will find the answers we seek.
I was close. I'll take it as a win. I told you I'd try to remember. I'm just bad at it. Now, if you leave for like 3 months and come back, no promises on remembering. I have terrible memory. I forget coworkers I've worked with for years. And thus we start Skywalker. Still congested.
Sharlayan, the solitary island nation of the northern seas. Where under the watchful gaze of Thaliak, patron deity of scholars, academics hoard all manner of knowledge and secrets. Once, they deigned to accept foreign students into a distant colony maintained in the Dravanian hinterlands.
Oh yeah, we've been there.
How swiftly they abandoned it once the first Garlean boot set hostile foot on Alamegan soil.
Yeah, we saw that place restored. Kinda.
So averse to the prosecution of war, these men of wisdom, your would-be allies.
No Beat Saber today. Beat Saber's only on Sundays now. I kept getting hurt trying to do
I
it twice
thought
a
they'd
week.
never let us off the ship. What's next then? Entry applications?
Also, usually I work late on, or work on Friday. I did not stay because of, family matters.
Hopefully they find no cause to deny us.
Which should still be good for Sunday. Tomorrow's stream is kind of shot, but Sunday should
Hasn't
still be good.
Sharlayan all but severed relations with foreign powers? Those of us without direct ties, myself included, may be refused outright.
Unless my family murders me, or if I fall into an open grave or something. I don't know. We'll see.
'Tis true that, as a nation, Sharlayan only forms trade agreements with a select few neutral countries. But from a practical standpoint, an island cannot afford to be overly strict with its borders. Especially not if that island's people are wholly devoted to the accumulation of knowledge.
You can't learn stuff if you don't let people in and
If
talk
one
about
submits the proper paperwork, with satisfactory evidence of identity and intent, then foreigners may be granted entry.
it. Look at the stars.
May.
Quite. So let us be absolutely clear on these points before we proceed.
A little bit late. Should we do this on the boat?
The immigration officer will ask for your affiliation and your purpose of visit. Considering Sharlayan's views on intervention, I strongly suggest we avoid any mention of the Scions. Kral has laid the groundwork for us to act as associates of the students of Baldessian, and our ostensible reason for being here is to aid in their order's restoration.
Random Fox.
Grahatir, it might expedite our progress should an actual student be seen at the head of our little group. Would you mind leading the way?
A lot of Murder Fox today. I'm very well represented.
Of course. The immigration offices were this way, as I recall. Shall we?
Yep, perfect. I wonder, is there, like, hold on.
Greetings. We've just arrived and are eager to make our way into the city. Would you be so kind as to process our entry applications?
What happens if you're covered in blood at TSA? Is what I typed in. If you arrive at the TSA checkpoint covered in blood, officers will address it as potential medical or biohazard situation, focusing on health and safety protocols, medical assistance, and additional screening procedures. Primary concern will be the well-being of the traveler and ensuring public safety. Interesting. So it doesn't sound like it'll be a problem, probably. They'll just worry about my safety. Once I prove that I'm not unharmed, it'll probably be fine, right?
Certainly. I see by your mark you are an Archon.
I am. Grahat here of the Students of Baldassian at your service.
Yep. I'll do my best.
I was assigned to an Eorzean survey team, but have returned to assist with the reformation of my order. My associates here will provide additional support.
He's so smooth. Remember when he tried to be a criminal and he was just like, so, I heard you have illegal stuff. Well, can I see it? And like, why do you want it? He's like, and he looks to us for support and it's like, he seems a lot smoother this time.
Very good. I have paperwork detailing your group and its scheduled arrival for today. And it seems some few of your companions are also Archons. If you'll step forward, we can process those applications first.
Yeah, it is. I guess he likes books. Oh, I didn't notice that. I always forget her last name.
See how it glows? That list is etherically linked with the citizen registry kept in the main repository.
I got you, Savak. It's fine. Hold on. Just wait for it.
I've confirmed your status as Archons and amended your travel records accordingly. Welcome home.
I mean, if you'll stop posting, Savak.
Now, who do we have here?
You can keep posting. I can't do the show, Fox. You keep posting. Aren't you? Is the objection that you have? You want to get the picture without chat?
Alphino Leveilleur.
And Alize Leveilleur.
Your applications have also been approved. Having said that, the streets are abuzz with talk of how House Leveilleur's lord disowned his young progeny.
Yeah, I'll find a moment, Savak, so you can take a picture.
And while such personal circumstances constitute no reason to deny you entry, I urge you to avoid exacerbating your present situation. Times are quite troubled enough already.
Oh, so they admit there's a problem going on. Okay.
We shall keep that in mind.
These last two are not Sharlayan natives, but you will find their credentials are in order. An application was made in advance.
Name and occupation?
What do you guys think? I think adventurer is a good one to say. See, I would feel pretentious saying I'm the champion of yours. I'm also not an artisan, so I can't make anything.
An adventurer. Well, I suppose that is considered a valid calling in your native Eorzea. And it does indeed match the profile provided. You may enter.
She could be a little more condescending, I think.
And you, sir?
Estinian Valeno, formerly of the Order of the Knights Dragoon in Ishgard.
Wait, so how could I have been an artisan? I don't have a single crafting class.
Formally, at least. And what, pray tell, is your profession now?
If you'll allow me...
Was he about to blow it?
My associate is a mercenary, hired for his strength at arms. Surely you are aware of the dangers we often face on our forays into the wilderness.
Mistress Baldessian, if you insist on sponsoring his entry, then so be it. But while I appreciate that desperate times call for desperate measures, I find your choice of company concerning. Be advised that even a single misstep may have severe repercussions for your organization.
I mean, it doesn't seem unreasonable to have a couple warriors supporting multiple scholars.
I have every confidence in my chosen company, dear and trusted comrades that they are. But I thank you for your concern.
Oh, okay. What if I said champion of Eorzea then? I mean, this is cool scholar, so there's not much need for it here, baby.
Likewise. Long voyage notwithstanding, you will seem none the worse for wear.
I'll push up my sleeves.
There is much to discuss, but this is hardly the place. Let's be on our way, shall we?
It just seems very pretentious.
Oh! Welcome, friends, to Sharlayan.
A lot of books out here in the open air. What happens
As
when it rains?
your mercenary, I should hope my welcome includes a generous salary.
Well, I had to say something, Sir Taciturn.
Spartans, what is your profession? I didn't think they ever said who. 25.2 hours later. You did great. Take a break, maybe. You did good. Take a break. Fast fighter ship coming to port. The officers are aboard and bureaucrats and sticklers for detail. In case you may relax, take a moment to get your landslines back. I was actually really worried about it. So that weapon is slightly better than the one I have. I'm keeping what I have. So it looks like we're replacing my armor at this point. One piece at a time, getting ready. I may save them though, because I'm only like 5 item levels lower. I might as well save them for a bit and use them for a different class. I thought to launch directly into explanation of what I've learned and how we might proceed. But this is Achilles and Nestinian's first time. And Charlotte, and for the rest of you, a homecoming that was long overdue. You must have places you wish to visit and people you're dying to see. Therefore, I propose we postpone our agenda so that you all may have sufficient time to recover from your journey and get your bearings in the city. Once you settle in, we can reconvene at the Baldesian Annex. How's that sound? It's a fine suggestion. We may not be welcome at the Levier estate as such. I'd just like to nose around the neighborhood all the same. I'm equally untethered, as it were. There's no particular place that my kin call home. Still, I would not pass up the opportunity to reacquaint myself with the city. Likewise, a quick tour of our old homes might even yield some useful gossip. Annex was west of the XIV Plaza, wasn't it? I shall join you there anon. Yes, we'll see you there. I too have places I would be remiss in not visiting forthwith. By thy leave. What have you studied? My services are as a guide are yours for the asking. That won't be necessary. Until we reconvene, I prefer to wander as the wind takes me. I have expected him to just jump into the air, but I could... Oh. Well, Raha, would you like to join us then? We've been going for quite a while. This would be the perfect way to refresh those dusty old memories of yours. Oh, of course, if you will have me. Come, Michaela. Charlotte awaits. The only one I didn't like was the Heaven's Word music. Every time I accept a quest or finish a quest, it just felt like I was in church again. After you, my friend, I'm more than content to follow your lead. Margaret. Ice coming next try speaking with Kyle, okay. I'll set the let's be on our way. Our first stop using enough to be the last stand. It's a cafe on the west side of the harbor. Okay. So I got 2 escorts. What is that? With all the unusual wares coming and going at all hours, I expect this system with an intrepid adventurer would be highly appreciated. I see no reason why you couldn't undertake any tasks which pique your interest. You've been cleared by the immigration officers after all. I look forward to the day your name is celebrated in Charlotte in the same way it is in Eorzea. Unlikely. This place is called the Peristyle. It is the first stop for cargo along the docks. You'll find this, the usual necessities for daily living and other imports vital to running an island nation. Also, supplies that further Charlotte's pursuit of knowledge, namely large quantities of books, specimens, and samples. Sure, these stacks certainly seem to keep the attendants busy. The Wamim! He's a beam! I don't know that one. Now that's a sight one could hardly forget, the great statue of Daliak. As a student of Baldesian, I was usually quartered on the Isle of Vol. I would gaze upon the scholar's wise features every time I returned my ship to the city. Oh, there it is. This path leading out towards the sea is known as the Thaliak Stoa, as named for the statue of the scholar which stands at its end. I can't talk. As you know, the Charlian people prize the accumulation of wisdom above all else. Thus, when the Thaliak was chosen as their patron deity, it was more a matter of pragmatism than belief, alignment of principles, as it were. We may have honored him with a rather impressive sculpture, yes, but our faith is not so restrictive as that of, say, his guardians. Individual Charlatans can and do worship divinities of their choosing. And here we are, last stand. I may have mentioned this before, but although our research into nutrition and food preparation is quite extensive, the average Charlatan tends to regard seasoning and flavor with a certain indifference. I did that for a while. I'm trying to stop. I'm actually buying spices and stuff now. How can I put this? The food is bland. As encapsulated by our infamous Archon loaf, the prevailing sentiment towards cuisine is dietary value first and taste a distant second. There was one pupil at the studio, however, who could stomach the school's insipid meals no longer, so he quit his lessons and poured all his savings into building a proper eatery. And so the last stand came to be. It is, as its name implies, the sole dedicated outpost of fine dining in Charlotte. The one and only bastion of the culinary arts of an island of otherwise mediocre fare. So we're in England. I seem to recall their burger being hailed as one of the most impressive items on the menu. Not that I ever had the pleasure of eating one myself. Here's your typical Charlatan when it came to cheap and convenient, Raha. But surely Taro has since taught you how to appreciate a well-prepared dish. We should all stop in when time permits and sample the cafe's delights. Shall we press on? The stairs on the other side of the cafe will take us up to the XIV Plaza. Let's go talk to Dickon. One glass stands the final, and some say the only bastion of fine dining in Charlotte. They guarantee a quality culinary experience found nowhere else in the city. Can I get food? I want to purchase food. Feed me. They won't feed me. I know, I'm just kidding. I'm not sure I would like haggis. There's a chance I would try it, but I'm not sure I would like it. I like the spiral. It's very cool. Unusual shape, isn't it? Actually, however, it is perfectly functioning aetheryte. Remember to tune yourself before we move on. Now, being a diligent tour guide that I am, I should make mention of the confluence. Research facility located on this very plaza. Its much vaunted discoveries of the reason Charlotte stands at the forefront of teleportation technology. Deciphering the underlying principles of Alec and aetherites, it allowed us to understand and reconstruct what was essentially a lost art. And off we go to our next destination. Our path leads northeast to the Agora, Charlotte's largest marketplace. Speaking of aetherites, those teleportation fees do add up after a while, which is why I tend to rely on the far cheaper ferry services. I was pleasantly surprised when Mr. Charu informed me that the Scions are reimbursed for the transportation cost as part of our duties. But I find old habits too hard to break. Then I'd rather not be bothered filling out the necessary paperwork. That's the interstitial confluence. I have no doubt their expertise will prove useful at some point, so I suggest you remember the way here. Yeah, I make a point to not look at what's in my food. If it's pre-prepared. If I'm making it myself, I look at what's in it, but if it's pre-prepared, I don't. That's how I thought I was ordering. So when I went to Red Lobster a while back, and I ordered crab carbonara. I'm expecting like lightly buttered noodles with like tomatoes and stuff. But apparently, carbonara is very, very, very rich. Welcome to Agora, where you can find wares made in Charlotte, as well as a wide selection of imported goods. They also used to sell questionable prototypes from various research institutes, but I think the practice has thankfully died out, for the most part. Valor Fox S-Type, is this one new? I'm never sure about the Valor Fox, the variants. Otherwise, I can think of no better place to stock up for your next big adventure. Oh, we're selling it? On a more serious note, the next stop on our tour is one which has particular relevance to my purpose here. Let's head to the XIV Plaza, follow the path north, and climb the stairs to imposing building at the very top. I'm going to repair all my stuff on here. Ding, ding, ding. Repair everything. That was quick. I guess I haven't changed gear in a while. Makes sense. Well, I mean, like, for example, spam. Have you ever looked at what's in spam? It's like chicken bits, beaks. It's just ground up bits of stuff nobody wanted. These little decorative features are typical of Charlotte architecture. Aside from the research wing, our headquarters on the Isle of Thal were rather simple and rustic by comparison. Where's Alric? This is the Nymphaeum, an area dedicated to the blessings of water. For Charlotte's water represents more than just a life-sustaining liquid. It is a reminder of the great flood which precipitated the birth of our nation, as well as a symbol of the knowledge which flows from Dalek's divine Ewer. This is the reason you see an abundance of fountains throughout the city, and a propensity for utilizing water as a decorative feature in our architecture. It's alright. Xerxes is being grumpy. What I probably need to do is just cycle all the new foxes and just get pictures of them for Zerg. It'd be easy enough for me to do. This grand structure before you is the Rostra. The name refers to the original public platform erected here, upon which a forum of elected representatives would deliver orations and debate policy. Although stages has since evolved into council chambers, the nature of the forum and the duties of its members remain largely unchanged. Am I boring you, Raha? You seem awfully distracted. My apologies. From here, one can see the entire city spread out below. This put me in mind of my arrival in the first. That's unfortunate. Yeah. Hi. So my internet just, like, blipped off for a second. So, give me just 1 second to get this. Yeah, my internet just disconnected for, like, 5 seconds or 10 seconds. Hope my password's still... It is what it is. Seems to be back now, though. Hugs? Yes, thank you. Did I hit play or not? Yeah, that was weird. I wonder how much I'm gonna have to redo. How long was it out? It probably was out for more than a few seconds, right? How far did you get? Did we get past me talking about the fountain? I think he's still going. I hope it's still going on YouTube. If not, oh well. I gotta go back down and get him, I think. Oh, I can't mount here. What's up, Derek? Stream? What's wrong? Yes, Fox stream. Yes. Hi. What's going on? I know. Let's back up. Is YouTube's back up? I don't know. I have no idea if YouTube is back up or not. YouTube's acting weird. Yeah, I don't know what, my internet dropped out for like 10 seconds. Like, I have 0 drop frames, it's just, the internet was just gone. There's like no internet. I disconnected from Final Fantasy 14. Okay, so I return to expiration. Oh, there we go. Okay, looks like it kept me up here. Okay, I'm gonna stop it and restart it. I may need to stop it for longer. Let me try starting now. Okay, there it goes. We fixed it. Okay. So apparently it does not recover very well from that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and redo this part because I don't know how much you guys saw. And I would hate for you guys to miss it. So I'm gonna redo this part with the fountain and then move on. This little decorative features are typical of Charlotte architecture. Aside from the research wing, our headquarters in Isle of Val were rather simple and rustic by comparison. This is a nymphaeum, an area dedicated to the blessing of water. For Charlotteans, water represents more than a life-sustaining liquid. It's a reminder of the great flood which precipitated the birth of our nation, as well as a symbol of the knowledge which flows from Thalic's divine ewer. This is the reason you see an abundance of fountains throughout the city, a necessity for utilizing water as a decorative feature in architecture. So in case I do splice it later, the reason for the splice was my internet cut out for a few seconds. And so I will hopefully have done my best to get it back to where it's relatively seamless, but there's obviously going to be a splice. It's a good place to sit. Look at that view. Gorgeous view. This grand structure before you is the rostra. Named first, the original public platform erected here, upon which a forum of elected representatives deliver orations or debate policy. Though the stages has evolved into council chambers, the nature of the forum and its duties and its members remain largely unchanged. Am I boring you, Ra? You seem awfully distracted. I apologize. From here, one can see the entire city spread out below. This put me in mind of my arrival in the first. Those who had gathered at the Crystal Tower asked me how they might go about building a new home. Actually, My answer is all inspired by my knowledge of the finest settlement I can think of, the great city of Charlian. And bit by bit, those buildings grew into a town, community, no Staram. I can almost see its echo. I see. Feel free to come up here whenever you wish. Well, I was going to do a show fox for that one in case y'all missed it, but whatever. I don't think the council should reject you simply enjoying the view. Such memories should be treasured. That is when I disconnected. I'm trapped! For now, however, the tour must go on. Our spectacle of sightseeing concludes with a fittingly named Journey's End. Walk down the stairs to the east and we continue straight ahead. I think the sparkles mean I haven't touched it yet. No, I have touched it. Okay, never mind. Oh, stairs. Stairs? These stairs, maybe. We've arrived at Journey's End. History tells us this is where those who were put ashore with Archon Jungfrau built their first homes. In the present day, it serves as a residential district for the most important officials and oldest Charlian families. You see that one mansion is clearly larger than its neighbors. That estate belongs to our friends from House Lavia. All things considered, we should probably keep our distance for the time being. And with that, we bring our little Charlian tour to a close. It was proven to be an entertaining and enlightening experience. Now should we head directly to the Baldesian Annex? You remember the way, don't you, Baha? What do you think? We're gonna head down toward the harbor, across the bridge to our right, then follow the path below the Aetheryte Plaza? Correct, after you, Kalia. I was actually listening. See, there's no sparkles. I touch it. And now there's sparkles. I knew it had something to do with the sparkles. How are we doing on time? Okay, it's about time to wait. Is that because we disconnected? I think it's actually time for brushing anyway. So I'm gonna go brush real quick. And then we will resume. Let's see. I guess I'll do 2.5 minutes again. That seemed to be working pretty well last time. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm sorry, I'm back. I tripped on the stairs and spilled a little water, so it took me a little bit longer. I didn't fall or anything, I just stumbled. Minor incident. It's almost like there's something sealing my power and making me clumsy. I've been very clumsy all day today, though. Very clumsy today. Right, we crossed this bridge here as I recall. Stay to the path and be careful not to end up back in the XIV Plaza. Charlotte is full of educational and research institutions. There are still professors who prefer to establish their own private practices. Not that I ever attended the exclusive schools they run in these residences. Perhaps the twins could tell you more about them. Alright, don't go back to XIV Plaza, so we go down. I don't know where we're actually going. Oh, this way. This way? Seems to be the way. Okay. As the joyous look on Raha's face, undoubtedly informs you, this is the Baldesian Annex. If you continue up the hill, you'll arrive at the doorsteps of the phenomenon. But I think we've explored enough for one day. We can take you there another time. What's out with you then? I was hoping to get that eighth right before we did that, but oh well. Very spacious. I'm back and I brought Akela and Raha with me. Ah, you're right about the ship then. Hello, Raha. It's nice to see you again. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, Akela. I've heard many a tale of your exploits. Ojika? Ojika Tsunjika? It's been an age. Oh, that's unfortunate. Perhaps I did curse it. I'm sorry, Kamal. That's probably why it took so long. I was wondering if what you said, it was like 7 minutes a model or something, so... Let me introduce Ojika Tsunjika, Administration Officer for the students of Baldesian. Oversees the day-to-day business of the Annex. Champion of the Oars has featured prominently in Cryo and Gra's reports, so for me this is akin to seeing a fabled hero come to life. It's an honor to make your acquaintance. This place is like the second home for the students. The Isle of Fall serves our main headquarters, of course, but we often have an occasion to visit Charlotte. They make use of the city's research facilities, attend conferences, or procure supplies from distant shores. It's okay, Carol. Take a deep breath. Take a break. There's no rush, because it's going to take a while to get it done. So I know we teased it on stream, but that doesn't mean you need to rush. We specifically said it's not going to be ready until like March, okay? So, we got plenty of time. I'll probably be done with Endwalker before it's ready. An annex here was built to provide lodgings for members while we engage in such activities. Ever since our former headquarters along with the isle itself vanished, the annex has served as our base of operations. Yet it feels so empty. With so many lost to us, our organization is a shell of its former self. The day will come when we will see the students rise again. But first, we must ensure that the Teleophiloid fall. Through that door on the left there is the main hall, where we can discuss our options moving forward. Once everyone arrives, that is, you probably have time to rest before our discussion begin in earnest. I've had private quarters prepared for you in the Andron? I don't know, so please feel free to make yourself at home. Ah, the nap rooms. Perfect for an afternoon doze. Oh, I didn't mean to give you the wrong impression. The chambers are quite well appointed. Far more so than some cheap roadside inn, you may be assured. Just simply that we were often so busy with research or exhausted from journeys abroad, we used to slip into the androom just to steal a few winks. And thus they become known amongst the students as nap rooms, even as if many such naps might last well into the following morning. Okay, the burn up. Perhaps show to a chamber. Hopefully this won't be too long in coming. I'll wait for you all in the main hall. Yep. Dedicated nav rooms. Check. Multiple rooms. I will admit I'm feeling rather sleepy myself. Let's step outside though. I won't touch this before I forget. There's still one way over there, but we'll get there eventually. So we're missing 2. We're missing 1 because this is the one we're at. Okay. Actually, tea would be a good idea. Should I go make some? Tea seems like a really good idea. How about this? I'll go start the water and then I can go finish it in a second. It shouldn't take very long. Oh, sorry, I bumped into her. Alright, I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna go get just a little glass of tea. So, I should be very quick. Boop. Okay, I've started the kettle, so that should help. Okay, let's pop in here and we'll proceed. So it takes about 3 minutes for the tea to kettle to brew, I believe. Oh, this is a nice place. Oh, look at that. Is that the fall of the Mughals? Do you really want me to? So I got some Irish breakfast. So what Czech wants me to say is, Mr. Tiatime, I believe. That is from a movie, The Hogsfather, I believe. Mine as well. It's a very good Christmas movie. We should have watched it this Christmas, but oh well. Yep. Hey, have a look at this. I'll be back. I'm gonna grab the tea. It should be done by now. Should not take long. Okay, I'm back. I decided... Yep, so the Irish breakfast, it's not my favorite, but it's a lot like the English breakfast, but a little bit milder. I thought it'd be good for today. Red fox, black and white fox. Feeling refreshed and alert? Our colleagues should be wandering again soon, so I suggest we stay here and wait for them to join us. I also did not eat a piece of candy on my way back up. But if I had, it would have been a Reese's, and it would have been delicious.
Pray forgive me. I was delayed.
It's fine, Urianger. We're all here now.
Kai, take it easy, okay? Slow down. You don't have to get them all done right away. Like, I know how you're feeling. You're probably stressed out. Feeling like, oh, you wasted a day. It's fine. Oh. Alright, you're making an excellent point. Huh. Oh, okay. Reasonable thoughts.
Let's get down to business then, shall we?
To defeat the Huns. Oh, come on, tell me you guys don't do that.
Come what may, we must prevent the Telophoroi's plans from coming to fruition. At present, I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal.
You remember Mulan? Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns.
The first involves an investigation into the change which has come over Sharlayan, not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum.
I sneezed.
As most of you know, the 99 members of the Forum are elected from the general populace. This alone guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy.
It's a very common Disney movie. Check.
The bibliotheques, for example, are a group of conservatives which would have Sharlayan focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it.
Biblioteca. Yeah, actually, so I was watching some memes. I like watching memes. And, there was one that said something like, if today you were a trans man who enjoyed the movie Mulan when you were younger, then, what's his name did actually make a man out of you. And I found that very, very funny.
And at the other extreme, we have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon Louisois. Yet despite our diverse factions and philosophies, the recent vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous.
Yeah, I also have to say, I don't know what it is, but just having the tea here, I can't even smell it if my nose is all stopped up, but just having it here makes me feel more alert, even though I haven't tasted it at all.
Even more concerning was the fact that many cited other, more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
I can't believe people casually use the word recalcitrance in a sentence. And it may have also been the candy. Sugar helps.
Fortuno's refusal in Gridania had those same
if I'd had
undertones.
candy.
'Twas as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, he had simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
Maybe they have a
A
bunker or something.
mystery indeed, and one which I ask for your help to solve. Our future may depend on it.
No, I don't think it does. Because we've done extraction with evaporation, alcohol, or the caffeine stage behind.
As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldessian. Our organization was founded primarily to study strange and unexplained phenomena the world over. Mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth.
Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Tea is not ready to drink.
Compared to our more isolationist Charlian colleagues, we have strong connections overseas, namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown. The request in question comes from one such acquaintance, Nidana, an alchemist residing in distant Favner. Her missive describes the sudden appearance of a tower, and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal.
Is that an elephant? It looks like an elephant. Maybe it's just a tree.
In response to this threat, the satrap of Radzat-Han, the individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with the spire.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts. It is possible, nay, probable, that they have gleaned truths unattainable by Eorzea or her Far Eastern allies.
They do, in fact, appear to have a strategy in mind, though it will require further research. To that end, they have requested an introduction to a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
Oh, that's me. That's me. I'm a warrior.
Assuming we divide our forces to pursue both of Kral's lines of inquiry, then having you join the group heading to Thavner would seem the obvious choice. But the investigation in Charlian is of vital importance as well. Equal, I think, to the Thavnerian one, given that the fate of the world may hinge on the results of both.
Yes, it is quite the quandary. Though it is a great imposition and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed were you to lead the charge on both fronts.
Okay, let's do it then. What do you guys think? You want combat first, or you want to stick around
You
with the
are
books
indeed
first?
our champion. As to which task to tackle first, we will defer to your decision.
Alright, save
Let us
Thavner
next
for last.
decide how everyone else might best be assigned.
Alright, Thavner for last.
As for myself, I shall continue what I've begun in Charlian. I should also like to steal the services of an Archon or two.
And thereby gain access to a greater range of reading material. I will help with that.
I guess I'll stay with your shoulder.
Allow me to offer my assistance. I have some small amount of experience in the field of research.
Alize and I would also like to help, if you would have us.
Anything to understand even a fraction of what our father and the Forum might be thinking.
Of course! The more the merrier.
Giant mermaid there too.
Right. The rest of us will make the journey to Thavner. Thoughts? Objections?
I passed through Thavner on my way to infiltrate the Empire. And though I'm not qualified to give a guided tour, I did gain a sense of where things lie.
Alright, tea is no longer burning my hands, touching the mug.
I'll be happy to have you along then. So for this group, it will be you, me, and Urianger.
Give me a moment afterwards, and I'll supply you with all the details of Nadana's request. Consider this hall our rendezvous point once our respective tasks are complete. May our investigations prove fruitful.
So I'm gonna try to not do Thavner first, but odds are I'm gonna do something stupid and choose wrong. So let's try. Oh. Alright, let's hit the books, I guess. Unsettling changes come over Charlotte, but together we will find the underlying cause of the form's callousness. As I mentioned before, however, questioning the cultures directly is a fruitless endeavor. They seem to have come to a consensus as to what and how little they're willing to divulge. Which is why I began scouring the Alliance archive of historical records for any hint of connection to the final days. Suffice to say, the progress has been slow. There are only so many dusty tome pages one can skim in a day. And now that in this band of willing reinforcements, the search should prove all the swifter. Let's reconvene outside Numenon, shall we? Exit the entrance to the right and you'll find the archives on the western edge of the woods. I hope we get to fight some stuff, though. Because if all I'm going to be doing is fighting books, I'm going to get bored really quick. I'd also like a mount at some point. I'm so used to get a mount to travel that I forget. Walking is just hard. Just like in real life. Actually, in real life, I quite like walking. I make up excuses at work to walk around a bit. Often my excuse is just, I've been sitting down for too long, I need to walk. And so I just walk over to the other buildings like, hey, what's up? What's going on over here? Just chill. Also, I'll share, this is a holiday weekend. So, I don't know. I may start streaming a little early on Monday. We'll see. Turn yourself all day for charging. Alright, got them all. But it's been just so cold this past week that I didn't do a lot. It's Martin Luther King Day. Martin Luther King Jr. Day? Or, I don't know. It's Martin Luther King Day. Yep, Monday. Holiday. My direction is easy enough to follow, I hope. In any case, you stand now before the doors of Numenon. Charlie's greatest collection of books and tomes. This building is actually only an entrance, and one of many at that, for the archives of Numenon extend deep beneath the surface like roots of a tree. The vast halls of the great Google Library pale in comparison to Numenon's endless maze of subterranean chambers. Yeah, it's one we didn't used to get off at my company, but they started doing it more recently. I think because we acquired a company that did celebrate it, and so they've been trying to merge the cultures. With mixed results. My lazy coworker came from that company, and their culture is to apparently just take 2 to 3 hour breaks every day. Not counting lunch. 2 hour break, 2 hour lunch, 2 hour break in the afternoon, leave early. A citizen of Charlie is free to enter and peruse the shelves. Well, most of the shelves. Only archives are free to access certain restricted vaults. I dispatched a stolen Raha to investigate those. Meanwhile, Alice and Alfred will help me continue my search for the stacks open to the general public. Your status presents more of a problem. As a non-citizen, you are only permitted to browse the first floor near the entrance. Even so, there should be a number of books which touch upon Charlie and history of foreign policy. It's snowing? It's not snowing here, I'm pretty sure, because it's like well over 40 degrees. Oh, and so it was supposed to snow tomorrow. That chance has gone to 0% chance of snow. 0% chance. And the temperatures are climbing for the next week. So as we find and study the relevant publications, I promise you a working knowledge of the subject. Those subjects will make it far easier to spot the sort of clues we're looking for. Let's be about it, shall we? I told the others to meet us at the Stolen Adventures over there once they found promising tomes. Happy reading. So we are fighting books. Metaphorically. We have not had snow here since... I think we had one snowfall last year. Oh, brightly colored book. I see it. Yeah, I read the book. Okay. Long, long ago, on an island in the northern sea, there lived a Rogan man by the name of Nunkrep. Nunkrep was a student of astrology, and he divined that a flood of terrifying proportions would soon sweep over the lands of Eorzea. So it was that he built a gigantic ship, assembled a crew, and set sail for that narrow ground. The flood arrived as foretold, and to their horror, their strangely turning waters drove the people towards the ocean. It was there, however, that Nunkrep's crew hauled them aboard his ark. The danger had not passed. A towering wave approached, threatening to smash the vessel to pieces. Following moments of despair, Nunkrep wove a mighty spell of teleportation and shifted the entire ship to safety atop Abelatha's spine. Refugees from the surrounding regions huddled there alongside them. But it was not long before disputes over the total supply of food led to violence and bloodshed. Saddened by the sight, Nunkrep gathered to him his crew and his grateful passengers and abandoned the ark to those red peaks. They journeyed to the coast where they built a new ship, intent upon returning to the northern seas. They landed on the beach of an island and set up on that very spot. The settlement prospered and grew, and in time it became the city of Charlotte that we live in to this day. Many years ago, on the banks of the Thaliac in the Dravinian hinterlands, a Charlatan colony once thrived. The settlement was originally established as a mere outpost to study the ethereal sea in the year 1311 of the 6th Astral Era. Scholars dispatched to Eorzea found the facilities wanting, and their demands encouraged a gradual expansion in structures and services. As rumors spread of a growing community of academics, the area was further inundated with Eorzean students hoping to share in the renowned wisdom of the Charlatans. 50 years later, the Forum passed a motion to recognize what had become a flourishing town as an official Charlatan colony. Eorzea residents took to calling the colony itself Charlian, which led to no small amount of confusion when discussions turned to the subject of the motherland. In response, some Charlian inhabitants, if pressed for a name, would simply refer to it as Emporium. Following the Exodus, however, goblins and treasure hunters claimed for themselves a corner of the abandoned colony and gave it yet another name, Idleshire. Following chapters go on to introduce the most prominent features of Idleshire. This book does not appear to contain any additional information on the forum, but covers the history of Charlotte and Weatherland in greater detail. Oh, so all the books are not related. Great. In the years which followed the frown of Charlotte, civic policy and other matters of import were decided at Ecclesia, a public forum at which every citizen was eligible to speak. As the city's population grew, however, this format became increasingly impractical. A larger number of participants gave rise to ever longer debates, resulting in significant delays in final resolutions. Various measures were introduced in an attempt to curtail protracted discussions. In the year 201 of the 6th Astral Era, it was ultimately decreed that Charlotte would transition to a new form of governance. It would now be led by a body of 99 members, citizens chosen from amongst their peers by means of a nationwide vote. Thus was the form as we know it today conceived and created. Progress? Are you following me? Excuse me, that thing's following me. It's still following me. It disappeared. Ever gaze at the skies above and contemplate the mysteries contained therein? I speak not of shifting cloud patterns, but of vastness beyond, of the sun and the twinkling tapestry of the night. Some think that the dome above us to be finite space, yet among the leading thinkers of our age, one scholar's depiction of a balanced sea of stars is firmly taking root. Alas, this heavenly sea remains an unreachable, unknowable destination. There are few indeed who can explain in satisfactory detail why our own star is believed to revolve around the sun. It is technologists of Alec who came close to understanding the laws which govern the starry abyss. It is they who launched Alamud and sought to expand beyond our earthly existence. Having read of their ancient ambitions, I wonder, has your interest in this field of study waxed or waned? What if I were to tell you that the eternal constellations were arranged differently in the distant past? The positions continue to shift almost imperceptibly, but measurably as we journey into the future. What would shock you to learn that the stars drift further and further apart, and may indeed do so forever. Are you eager to learn more? Wrong subject. It's interesting. Wrong subject. Space. Final frontier. Forever 20 summers. That's a store Forever 21. My beloved seeker's knowledge. Have you ever put learning before your health, neglect to feed and rest your body as you should? It's still a little warm to drink. I too once engaged in such foolish practices. But one night, engrossed in philosophical study, I had an epiphany. For all the world's mysteries that drive us to reckless abandon, we have so very few years of life in which to achieve our goals. Thus do I share with you this mantra: I am forever 27 summers young. The number itself is unimportant. You can be 19 or 23 or 40. Whatever age you are when you discover this manual, let that be the age you aspire to remain. Through mindful, healthy living, will you extend the time available to spend upon your chosen research. Another day, another moon, another summer to grasp the greater truths you pursue. The page that follow will explore the secrets of maintaining one's physical condition from a biological, etherological, and arcane viewpoint. Wrong subject. But hey, take care of yourself. Posture check. Make sure you guys are sitting up straight. Stewards of Wisdom. This is definitely the book we're looking for. During the chaos at Six Stoneful Calamity, Archon Jung Kreb, founder of Charlotte, bore witness to a madness of savagery of men brought to the brink of despair. Upon raising a settlement on an island in the Northern Empty, he instructed people thus: renounce the ways of war and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason. The Charlotters took to heart the words of their savior and thenceforth served as stewards of wisdom. Upon a foundation of accumulated learning, they built a homeland unlike any other, a nation born from the strength of minds rather than the strength of arms. With knowledge of economics came shrewd trading. With knowledge of agriculture came bountiful crops. Engineering brought walls and sewers, ending squabbles over water. Wealth of expertise could be bartered for wealth and coin, and the more the wisdom spread throughout the world, the more mankind as a whole would thrive. And so it was that no matter the trials and tribulations of the age, the citizens of Charlotte would live by their founders' teachings. For the sake of a better tomorrow, for the sake of a brighter star, they would use the tools of war and with knowledge live the world. Why don't they, like, if they know all so much stuff, why don't they export, like, oh, check this out, here's a way to have better food, water, here's better farming techniques to try to prevent war. Instead, they're just like, oh, we can participate. It's probably like those nature documentaries where they're watching the nature and they have to watch the animal they've been observing forever die. Or Star Wars or Star Trek where they go there and they can't intervene. Sorry, are we waiting long? Enjoy this lovely tea. I want to make sure I brought at least a few promising volumes. Alpha and Crow should be along shortly. I was delayed in a similar fashion. As far as I can see, no titles and Archon stacks mentioned in the final day specifically, so I have no choice but to start with the tangentially relevant tomes, if they're even that. At present, the plan is to skim through as quickly as we dare and share our discoveries as we make them. It would have been nice to invite everyone to the estate. Plenty of comfortable places to read and a ready supply of hot tea. How convenient, I have the hot tea right here. Oh, I was always quite fond of reading outside. But it's not about the little pleasures, is it? You miss your home. It's been difficult. After our arrival, we managed to speak with one of the family servants and asked how things were. It seemed our dear fathers instructed the staff that even if Alphino and I were to return to Charlotte, we're not allowed to be allowed across the threshold. A harsh measure indeed. I hope their efforts to understand his position and that of the Forum will perhaps lead to a reconciliation. We'll mend this rift one day, I'm certain of it. And what of you, Graha? Have you been to visit your family, or do they not live here in the city? I don't like bugs. I prefer to stay inside. Ah well, my situation is also somewhat complicated. I was raised in Charlotte, yes, but I was born rather further away. In the southern reaches of Ilsebard, in fact, generations my people have built in Corvos, the coastal region opposite to the island of Thavnair. Algans found a city in that fertile land, and by ship brought in the subjugated tribes of Mikote to serve as laborers. Of course, the massive earthquakes of the fourth Emerald Calamity brought an end to the Empire's reign. And the fifth Calamity froze the sea solid, many of the tribes who lived in Corvos made the journey back to Eorzea. My ancestors, however, chose to remain, and they might prevent the remnants of Algan technology from being misused. Isn't Corvos under Garlean rule? For the past 50 years, yes. Some semblance of local culture remains, as is the case for most imperial provinces. But Garlemald renamed the region Locus Amonis. When I was a boy, a nearby town came under the jurisdiction of an illustrious imperial family, the nobles of House Darnus. House Darnus demonstrated a singular interest in Algan civilization, and so my tribe was forced to consider a plan of action. For some time already, voices have been raised in favor of banning our ancient customs. After all, Algan eyes no longer passed to our eldest children as reliably as it once had. That's amazing. I mostly see deer when I'm in my vehicle. Fear of discovery eventually tipped the scales, and decisions made to bear ties to knowledge and traditions of Alad. As the last child born with Algan Eye, I was given over to the custody of friends in the streets of Baldesian, who had registered me as a Charlian citizen. Did you guys miss me? I'm back with all the power of my tails. I never even considered. Forgive me, it was an unkind question. Back and ready to bite with my sharp teeth. Even Thank was taken in by Archon Louis Schwab, was he not? Joy's adopted ways and rescued orphans are more common among Charlians than you might think. Yet, regardless of our origins, we are all provided with an equal opportunity to learn. With sufficient perspicacity? Perspicacity. We ancestors can even earn the vaunted title of Archon. Exactly why I have such a love for this country, and why I wish to remain a nation of which its citizens can be proud. Yeah, just wait till I figure out how to put a sharp implement on my tails. Or turn it into a whip. Here, another good reason to get to the bottom of the foreign stubbornness, aside from the trifling matter of our impending doom. That's why we need something sharp on the end of it. Excuse us while we try to make some headway into these books. Okay, then. Orc company should be arriving any moment now. So they don't trust me to read? I'll have you know I've been around for thousands of years. I'm perfectly capable of reading. I could also make a burial shroud. Because if you try that, you will die. We've returned with our selections. Although I must say the beacons were quite slim indeed. Mr. Crowell has already flicked through every history book devoted to disasters, and more than a few which barely made mention of them. As such, we'll be looking into research papers on liberal calamities, as well as articles written by prominent foreign members. Perhaps your knowledge of the final days comes from an unexpected source. Speaking of which, might I ask you a few questions related to the final days? I'm the only one here who didn't witness the advance of Amaro firsthand, and I fear I may be overlooking critical details. Best stick again, she might allow it. She had a fluffy head, too. By that I mean the fluff in her head. Alright, thanks. Now where to begin? First things first, what kind of phenomena do the ancient encounter's final days deny? We disabulation of creation magist. Yes, the unfolding catastrophe brought havoc on all manner of life. I am not an animal. If you boot me, I will bite you. Chaos descended to the ancients themselves, causing their powers of creation to spiral out of control. Fear and despair manifested in terrible, tangible fashion. Meteors raining from the sky. I'm going to bite you. Fire erupting from the ground, indescribable abominations prowling the streets. I'm going to bite you both. I'm going to bite you both. Alright, fine. I dare you to boot me again. I dare you to boot me again. Boot me again, I dare you. That's what I thought. Uh-huh. That's what I thought. That more or less aligns with my understanding. Uh-oh. Ah, the hugs. I'm gonna hurt some people. You're just lucky my tails went away. What's the last of my understanding? If only the arts of creation had survived until the present day. Might have something of... Ah! Ah! Ow! Might have something substantial to analyze. The best of our knowledge, however, those techniques were not preserved or passed on. So let's surmise the closest known magic is that of summoning rituals promulgated by the Ascians. Was there aught else of note which heralded the approach of the final days? It began with a keen sound from all the land all at once. Fine. Fine, okay? Okay. Good fox. Happy now? Ah yes, Almartine spoke of it, didn't they? We never did hear the sound ourselves, of course, thus as we were in the midst of the madness. You said you stopped touching me. It seems that each and every one of those caches was preceded by the ominous noise, which resounded all across the star, and not even Umbra was spared. So the ground was crying out, you say. To be considered the harbinger of doom, it must have been quite distinctive and probably quite loud. I speak of one of Numenot's mammoths and ask after my books, and ask after any books which make mention of such a sound. Last but not least, would you describe how the ancients sought to quell this unprecedented calamity? What definitive action did they take? Seventh Zodiac. Yes, with Lydimus serving as his heart, so many gave themselves a sacrifice to bring him into being. We don't know exactly how Zodiac brought salvation to the star, only that by his godlike will, with the laws of nature set aright. Then, once the balance was redressed, the ancients offered up worthy sacrifice to heal the ravages of the final days. Lies sprouted anew, and there was these fledgling souls that intended to render under Zodiac. A trade that would allow them to resurrect the shades of loved ones absorbed by the primal. Or might have, had Venat and their followers not manifested their opposition in the form of Hydaelyn. Thank you, both of you, for the detailed review. I feel much more confident now in my understanding of events. The tea made me quite warm. Is it time to brush again? A few minutes left. With all that freshly in mind, it does make me wonder what the Telophoroi truly mean when they bring back the final days. We see what they're doing with those towers of theirs. Is forcing people to summon primal a kind of catalyst? Are they attempting to mirror the condition caused by unstable creation magics? Or are they simply using the final days as a figure of speech? A convenient metaphor for the scale of destruction they plan to unleash. Besides, this is all just pointless conjecture at this stage. Let's return our attention to the forum, shall we? We should keep an eye out for Stola. This time we began studying these research papers. Do I actually get to study? Nope. They do not want me to study. They're all studying. Everyone is reading. I'm expected to stand here. Got it. I mean, it's not like I'm young. I'm actually useful. Research. I'll have you know I'm the smart one. I'm the last, am I? But my extended search of Archon stacks produced one or two useful, possibly useful books. But I won't get your hopes up. Just claw at the pages. Listen, just because I know a lot of stuff and don't need to research does not mean I can't research, okay? If you recall, Uriante learned that the source of reflection of the Gurun oracles. This pinch will cause panic and confusion that Tom was deemed an apocrypha and sealed away in the great Google library. It's even less likely that knowledge of the unsundered world, not to mention the horrors of the final days, would be left sitting on the shelf for any curious scholar to find. It stands reason that my colleagues, be they archons or counselors, should first be largely ignorant of the subject. Yet when you confronted Master Fortuno with knowledge of Telafroi and their machinations, he scoffed the suggestion that they posed a threat. He seemed adamant that the forum would know what the final days were truly upon us. This only supports the conclusion that whatever privileged wisdom is guiding the forum's behavior, being kept secret for the rest of the nation. Not that I mean to excuse myself from reading duty. Whether they contain Adventure of the Final Days or no, these books could yet hold something of value. You weren't thinking of leaving, were you? There's plenty of work for everyone. Definitely not leaving now that you're here. As I obediently follow her over to the side. I actually quite like Ichola. She's very nice. Maybe if it feels like an age as Ichola's research assistant. Okay, I believe it's time to brush. So I'll go take a moment to brush, and I'll be right back. Brushy, brushy. 2.5 minutes. Alright, I am back. Freshly brushed. I'm ready for more action. Just getting comfy again. I approve. Consider it Yang approved. Oh, dude, you look exhausted. What about your studies? Were you able to find any books on the subject I mentioned? The day was well spent. Should you wish to read them again? Amendment of the references will point you in the right direction. Although I suggest you take a well-deserved rest. You might be occupied with research for quite some time. Ba, ba, ba. Waiting for a tea break to kill it? I know I am. Honestly, my neck and shoulders are gonna calcify if I don't stretch my legs and walk around a bit. You're the last stand down the harbor, don't you? Come and meet me near the outside tables, and I'll treat you to their coffee. It's quite good. I thought we were gonna have tea. Bleep. Also, I finished my tea. My stomach is a little bit upset now. What has Fox been eating? Why is her stomach upset? I'm back. Did I miss anything? As busy as ever, I see. How very Charlian that no other gourmet cafe has sprung up to compete for customers. Actually, this crowd gives me an idea. Before we place an order, why don't we ask a few questions to gauge the mood of the city? I'm interested to hear what the average citizen has to say about the Fluffroy. Might even learn something new. Worth a try, don't you think? Pirion derriere. What is it? Can a man not enjoy a moment of private respite? If you're willing to share a table with them, I respectfully request you look elsewhere. Yes, I understand, sir. Recently wondered if you knew of the Telafroy. These enemies of peace promise to end all we hold dear, and... Wait, you're that House Levier girl, aren't you? This woman with you is obviously a foreigner. I've heard you were disowned for helping outsiders and don't ship barbaric whims. You are giving truth to the rumor. I'll make you leave me be. I've not to say the likes of you. I must apologize. Just fully as should be expected to pronounce civility from one so light. I'm okay, Leanne. Yes, I don't believe I've had the pleasure. Excuse the interruption, but we were hoping that you might share your thoughts on Telafroy and your unconscionable plans. My goodness, if it's young Miss Levier. My apologies, but I work in the office of the Forum, and if word reached Master First note that I was helping you. I see, we're sorry to have bothered you. At least she was polite about it. Can we have some food now? Just watch out when they have the 9 tails. Yang and Yin both, they're significantly more powerful. Welcome, madam. What can I offer you today? Wait, is that Mistress Alice I see there? My word, how long has it been? Far too long. There's the matcha. Reed Dickon, the owner of the Last Stand. I used to frequent his cafe on occasion and between lessons at the studio. That seems like an age ago now. I remember hearing that your master Alphino set sail for Eorzea, then you never came back. I've never had it. I might try it sometime. They have it at the tea shop near where I go. But usually when I go get tea or coffee or whatever, I usually get something with caffeine in it. Hey, there's been gossip about your father disowning the pair of you. Everything alright at home? It's complicated. I hadn't expected complete strangers to be so familiar with our situation quite so quickly. Everyone has an opinion, it seems. Well, it is House Levier. No matter how discreet Master Fashionably may have been, news your family's doing never stay secret for long. Things being what they are, what brings you back to the city now of all times? There are questions, only Charlene has the answers. Tell me, Master Dickon, have you heard anything about an apocalypse called the Final Days? Interesting. What, like the end of the world? Nothing like that, I'm afraid. That's weird, fine. Information on this apocalypse? Yes, whatever we can learn. Unfortunately, your patrons appear to be unwilling to speak with me. I wish there was more I could do to help. Oh, maybe there is. You're a visitor to Charlene, aren't you? If you will know your face, we should be able to pass you off as a server with none the wiser. We just finished preparing a few orders. Strike up some friendly conversation while we're setting down the food, and you might just get the answers you're looking for. Not a bad idea. I hate to ask, but what do you think? I'm now a waitress. I mean, God Fox as a barista doesn't make sense. That's the spirit. Pay attention now, and I'll explain where each dish needs to go. Oh crap. Today's set is for the chatty group sitting by the water's edge. Alba is for one of our regulars, a Highlander by the name of Gisla, sitting at the outside table with a friend of hers. I'm going to see a Mikote gentleman. He ordered the oven-baked lobster. Okay. Lobster for the cat, tea for the ladies, omelet for the other. Got all that? If you're not sure, just ask the elephant again. Good luck. Okay. Do I have the food? I guess I have the food. Alright, these people have the tea. Tea set. Although that is a Mikote gentleman. My tea set. Lovely, thank you. Slafa who? I'm sorry, I've never heard of them, or their final days. These are somewhat uninformed when it comes to current events. If you want to hear about the ritual arcane passage of the sixth astral era, common or esoteric, then I'll be happy to talk your ear off. Alright, omelet here. Butterfinger and a spicy hot dog? I find 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's dig in, no time to waste. There's a good, pre-dinner prayer for you. What's the top for? Oh yes, I remember seeing the name Blaze Gazette. They had some grand claim about the end of days. Same old senseless warmongering. Remember these fools who were tired of spilling each other's blood. Let's stay out of it, I say. The Forum made the right choice, and I fully support our decision to remain neutral. I remember one that I got in trouble for saying when I was younger. What was it? Good bread, good meat, good God, let's eat. That was not appreciated growing up. Oven-baked lobster. At last, the oven-baked lobster is mine. You have no idea how long I've screamed to save and suffered to avoid this heavenly dish. Don't try it at a religious gathering. It is very bad. Final days. This is the first I've heard of it. Well, I will explain why my friend has been rushed off his feet. It would be a busy time to be a gleaner. Oh, you don't know what a gleaner is? They're collectors of the sort. Travel the world procuring things we have a guy here in Charlene. Prices, books, usual live specimens, and so forth. It's a name for those folk who trail after reapers in the fields, picking up every grain which they miss. By all accounts, cleaning is the most meticulous and demanding profession. These Slotford make good on their audacious threats, and many uncatalogued rarities could be lost forever. Why else would the gleaners be buzzing about in such a frenzy? What's the harm in to see what I mean? They're carting loads in for the docks all day. It's never been this hectic before, not like this. Nobody questioned why the barmaid is wearing full armor. Plate armor at that. Like, you hear me walking around. That's metal. You in trouble with the customers? Were you able to get anyone talking? Interesting. They seem unaware of the final days aside from whatever vague news the Gazettes are printing. Even Dickon had nothing to offer. He's the best source of gossip in the city. Forum does have secret knowledge, but they've done an impressive job of ensuring no one whispers to the wrong ear. I thought I was going to get a barmaid outfit. In any case, thank you for playing the part so well. Here, that cup of coffee I promised. Interesting. I didn't know that. Let's enjoy our drink somewhere else, shall we? Maybe behind the peristyle, away from the gossips of their wagging tongues. I mean, it makes sense based off the weight of things. The chest piece would be the heaviest. That'd be awesome. That'd be a cool maid cafe, but you have to get really strong kitty cats. Yes, it should nicely. Out of the wind and out of sight. So the sound isn't actually footsteps, it's the sound of the armor settling with every step.
When our father disowned us, I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
Oh, we got snowfall too.
It wasn't until much later that his words began to sink in, that I began to feel the weight of what it meant.
I have not.
Do you remember when the decision was made to come to Sharlayan? Grahas said that the Forum was determined to keep us in the dark, and that Father's venomous performance was part of that strategy, to keep us at arm's length. Perhaps it was. Father argued with Grandfather on many occasions, but never with such dismissive contempt. And when he demanded what justifies the sacrifices we make in war, I honestly didn't know what to say. Neither did Alpha know, I know, but never for one moment did I believe we had made the wrong choice. So all I could do was fume silently. It was only afterwards that I realized how childish I had been. How being stubborn and self-righteous must run in the family.
Oh, this may have gotten eaten by the stream disconnect, but don't forget to check out stream chat. There's some pictures of the square grapes, or scrapes, as I believe Carol put it.
If I could have just mustered a civil response, then things might have turned out differently.
Interesting. That's not suspicious at all.
They must be ferrying goods to Labyrinthos. A vast complex beneath the island.
Oh, so they are just trying to ride out the thing. They have like a bomb shelter under the island, so they're just gonna, if the world gets destroyed, they're just gonna hide out down there, I guess.
Sharlayan is famous for archiving knowledge from around the world. Well, that knowledge is not preserved exclusively in dusty tomes and desiccated samples.
It's probably like the you guys know the seed sanctuary or whatever, or the seed vault or whatever, where they have a seed from every planet ever known, and they're just like, they hold them safe in case something bad happens.
Our living library, comprised of all manner of flora and fauna, is housed and studied within that underground facility.
Maybe they do the same thing with it, like with everything.
Still, that did seem to be an unusually large shipment. When I lived here, it was rare to even see such cargo transported by boat.
So maybe they're just trying to ride out the apocalypse down there.
Wait! Didn't you hear something in the last stand about the gleaners coming and going more than usual?
She needs to be more careful with her skirt.
Well, I think they're the ones we saw manning those boats. And gleaners answer to the Forum. If the appearance of the Telophoroi prompted this sudden burst of activity, then Labyrinthos may hold a clue as to what the Forum is planning.
Alright, let's go break in. Good thing we know how to swim. Too bad it's snowing. But at least the snow's not sticking, so it can't be that cold. Level up. I learned a new ability already. That makes sense. Well, I just got a bunch of stuff. Whoa, I just got a bunch of stuff. Hang on. So this is an attack of some sort. Wait, did that replace something? What was that ability? Oh, that was my self-heal. Okay, and then I got, traits. What trait did I get? So I boosted that with this, and I got this. Okay. Okay. That's nice. That's really strong. That is crazy strong. Already before it was enough to keep me up against like 10 enemies. Now it'll like do even better. Let's tell the others what we learned about the Gleaners. Go on ahead to Numenon, and I'll join you in a moment. Master Dickon will want his cups back. Also, my stomach feels better than it did earlier. It's fine. I think it's just the tea upset my stomach a little bit. Ah, thank you, that's Cube Master. The Master of the Cubes. Minecraft? Random Fox. Winter Ribbons and Lace Fox. Is this new? This might be new. I think this is new. Rubik's Cubes. Oh! Fancy. I've never been able to do a Rubik's Cube. I think this is new. This feels new. Anyone confirm? New? Not new? Alright, let me refund Kurara. Welcome back, kid. Been for a walk and cleared your head, have you? Not exactly, but we did some impromptu investigating and turned up information on the Gleaners. I saw a video recently where they used AI or like robots to solve a Rubik's Cube in like 0.1 seconds or something. I don't know. Some tiny number. Makes sense. Gleaners take their requests directly from institutions and bureaucrats, but as you say, the ultimate answer to the forum. Alright, Zarek, I got you. Here you go. Never mind. You got it yourself. A sudden significant increase in Gleaner traffic and in cargo, it certainly gives the impression of an overarching plan being put into motion. Let's see what theory we can build from the facts. As you still observed earlier, Numenon's archives appear to contain no information concerning the final days. Yeah, I like it. Coupled with Akarian and Alice learned at the last stand, we can be reasonably sure that most Charlians know nothing of that particular period of ancient history. And my father's colleagues are not only familiar with the final days, but they are also somewhat certain that the destruction being perpetrated by the Telophroi is wholly unlike these apocalyptic events. It's a very cute outfit. Moreover, the forum claims to be so occupied by a duty of such pressing importance that it saw fit to unanimously deny Eor's request for aid. And now the Gleaners, official agents of the state, have been mobilized on an unprecedented scale. Yeah, it's like a military mascot. I don't think it's a stretch to conclude that the Gleaners' recent activities are in service to the forum's secretive ends. In which case, our next course of action seems obvious. We visit Labyrinthos and assess the situation for ourselves. We're lucky the Gleaners will be far more receptive to our questions. A fine idea. I'm glad you approve. You won't be disappointed, I promise. As for myself, there are a few more subjects I'd like to research. I may join you later, but feel free to leave behind your borrowed books and be on your way. I'll see to it that each is returned to its proper place. That'd be a great help. Thank you, Braha. Let's head down the stairs over there, and I'll show you where the entrance is. That said, we are nearing the end of stream. I'm going to try to go for another, like, 20, 30 minutes or so. Then I'm going to go work out. Ready? Labyrinthos is not too far from here. Maybe find the path a bit disorienting. I think please stay close. Alright, let's go. Are you going to walk the whole way? I mean, I thought we were in more of a hurry than this. It's fuzzy here amongst the trees. Wait, is there a walk button? There we go. Maybe we should move along. I mean, you're walking. I walk faster than you. Can I follow? Everyone, try to keep up. Fast, straight ahead. Usually you want to stay within a certain distance of them. Up here. Like this? A little silly. I was wondering if you do that. Gosh, not far now. Looks rather silly. Yeah, I thought you had to right-click them, but it wouldn't let me right-click her. There, through this door down the stairs. You remember to tune the shard back there, didn't you? It'll make your life much easier if you need to come back in a hurry. Otherwise, we should keep moving. Down the stairs we go. It did say it was deep underground. Oh wow, Choco, why are they down here? We're all here now, yes? I've taken liberty to secure information for our group's descent. Alright, everyone knows to lift. Down we go. So we don't have to sneak in, we don't have to break in, we just like, they say, hey, we want to go down there. Okay, go ahead.
Deep beneath the scholar's city shines a false sun within a fabricated sky.
Does it? Looks like it's raining pretty hard.
In any age exist those who consider the floor an extension of their bookshelves. And this vault's architects surely belonged to that special breed. If the stack grows too high, start a new one. If no room remains, then make more rooms.
I feel called out.
A simple solution at first, and then bit by bit, a profound transformation.
Wow. The sheep in this game are silly.
Knowledge, buried beneath knowledge. A growing, creeping labyrinth from which there is no escape.
No, we can save on the elevator, I'm pretty sure. We just go back up. I'm pretty sure if we make a nuisance of ourselves, we'll be forced to take the elevator back up. Possibly at gunpoint. The slow walk into the new pouring down rain. Why is it raining down here? I guess it's not rain, it's probably like sprinklers.
Not what you expected. I must admit, the artifice is very convincing. But I assure you that we are beneath Sharlayan itself. The breeze you feel, the flowing waters you hear, all created by the hand of man.
The island is volcanic, you see, and once upon a time this great hollow must have been a reservoir for magma.
If Kyrell is hinting at something, I don't know what it is, so don't blame me. Again, I'm not asking anyone to sub. You do not need to sub to enjoy my stream, hopefully.
It was discovered some 400 years ago, at which point it was repurposed as a storage facility for scrolls and samples and such. Renovations have continued, with nigh on no interruption to this day, with the lower levels still undergoing expansion.
Aren't those people gleaners?
People gleaners? Are they kidnapping people? I'm mad at you, am I?
Aye, judging by their dress. They are said to work alone as a rule, but 'twould seem that rule is being enthusiastically broken today.
Why am I mad at you?
It may be as you suspected, that they are engaged in a task apart from the norm.
I mean, you helped with somebody that got hacked, yesterday?
Let's spread out and get some answers then.
I don't remember anything else. Oh. I just want you to be careful, because, you know, everything's expensive right now. I don't want you to feel obligated. I also don't want you to suffer because you donated to me or give me something.
Did you call to me just now? No. How odd. I must be a bit dizzy from the descent.
Oh, nice. I might look at my tax a little bit this afternoon, or after stream.
I'll be fine, I'm sure. Let's get to work, shall we?
After I get food. I'm gonna try the Reaper chicken mac and cheese. That sounds really good. I'll take a picture of it. I'm very excited. Oh, yeah, I gotta work out too. And shower. Dobbin, that is a terrific name. I love the name Dobbin. You could go dabbing and then you do. I can't do dab. You know what I need to do? You know what? You wanna know what I'm doing? Hauling books and ore and phone knife. It needs hauling, I haul it. Every decade or so they take stock of labyrinthos, you know, sort and tidy up the inventory. Never seen an operation like this before though. They just did one a few summers ago even. Never no warning at all, this mess gets dropped in our laps. Orders from on high. And if I know the reason, could be there change the layout, eh? Prepare for the next big expansion. If James Dobbin has taught you about taking stock of labyrinthos. Dobbin, that's a terrific name. Reminds me of Dobbins. Let me think. The Rhea seeds should be item 1058. Human seeds 1059. Sturgleberry 1060, or were they 1061? My head feels like it's stuffed with milkwood grass. Why more loads to take out than carry in? Why do all this at once and risk mixing it up? What if someone mistakes the Corthan carrots for the Garabanian carrots? What then? What's going to get out of? You're here to help or give me more headaches? Because you don't have the look of a cleaner, and I have no mood for idle chatter. My colleagues were so exhausted he took a tumble and crashed into a pile of crates. Now I have a pack of marmots running loose. Learn about exhausted cleaners, okay. Let me guess, we're gonna have to go gather up the marmots or whatever they are. I don't see them. What is a marmot even? Hey, lucky Caleb, what tales do gleaners have to tell? So this grand operation began without warning, and for every item they bring in, they're sending more inventory somewhere else. That explains the higher faces I've been seeing. You're right, the form is definitely up to something, and they turn the labyrinthos upside down in the process. So maybe this isn't the bunker. Maybe I have a different bunker somewhere. Why would this not be the bunker? We do well to learn more of what specifically the Gleaners are being tasked to do, as well as who's tasked them to do it. Good game, kid. I have an idea. Oh, look at you being down. Didn't one of the Gleaners request to say something about escaping armaments? Perhaps you were to help him capture said creatures, he might be inclined towards a more friendly and enlightening conversation. Anytime I'll turn my charms from the screen to here, we can compare notes afterward. Happy hunting. Imagine someone telling you, wow, you almost hit me. Be careful, you almost ran over my tail. Someone talking 3 feet in front of you. Hey, I'm gonna take my charms on this guy. Like, where is the rain coming from? You just help me find the marmots? I'm not suitable to pay you for your services, but if you're offering out the goodness of your heart, I'd welcome assistance. Name's Urnville, friend. Specialist in the collection of live specimens. I said to capture these Nagazian marmots is a trial I've no desire to repeat. Grizzle mice, they call them. For mercy, there are no other marmot species on this tier at present, so there should be no mistake in our little fugitives. You have to catch you, stuff them in the sack, gently, of course. Where to begin, you wonder? I'm not seeing escaping around here, so you need to widen our search to the surrounding forest. Be regard, there are beasts out there that wouldn't hesitate to prey on a marmot or you. I'll search trees to the west. The eastern part of the forest is yours. Good luck. Wizard mice. Okay. A sturdy sack supposedly large enough to hold 1 or more squirming marmots. Is that what's making the rain? It's a troll! Oh, there's a mouse. I might be a tad overpowered. Chirp squeak. There you have your ready sack when the grizzle mouse scampers off in the underbrush. I'm not a mouse catcher, I'm a fox. What's up, energy? Let's go and power up just in case. Also. Squeak. Got 1. Nope, never mind. Got 0. It happens. Just, try not to let it happen again, okay? You gotta be careful. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. They're probably trying to hack you. Let me guess. Oh, hey, there's... I didn't realize there were ether currents down here. Wow. One piece? Alright, come on. Alright, that implies one of two things. Somebody on your, somebody you know, or there's some kind of spyware on your computer. We're free of that. I mean, I just went up here. How did I miss it? Oh, there it is. I did miss it. Sure. +1 mouse? Question mark? Squeak, squeak. Prepare for speed this time you see and close the sack of your elusive quarry. Danger Doodle! How did you fare? I tracked down the 3 of the pack. At least one accounted for. Ah, there's the odd marmot out. Wait here a moment while I put our friends in a holding cage. Yeah, it really does. My parents are really bad at computer safety. They keep getting viruses. They haven't got one in a while, though. Thankfully, the marmots seem to be unharmed. They've held up well in isolation. It's just much too soon to release them into the habitat. It's a good thing we were able to recapture them so swiftly. You have my thanks. Who tasked you to catch them in the first place? Why, the authority in charge of Labyrinthos, now in perpetuity. Same officials had us working day and night of late. The honorable members of the Forum. Who else? Suitable for consumption, easy to breathe. Those were the 2 conditions I was given for the stock I was instructed to procure. I don't know what the Forum has planned for these creatures, but at the very least, I doubt they'll be served for dinner today or tomorrow. There you are, Kalia. Is this the greener you mentioned? The one who was looking for lost marmots? Interesting company you keep, friend. Who are you folk, anyway? I'm Kyle, students of Baldesion. These others are my associates. Truth be told, the Forum's decisions lately have not sat entirely well with us. That's why we made the decision to Labyrinthos. But we hope that by seeing those decisions put into action, we might more fully understand their reasoning. Why is it practical? Never hurts to try and gain a broader perspective, does it? Back itches. It's right under my bra. Anyway, duty calls other animals to capture and enclose your safety. Once again, I'm sorry that I can't offer you more for your services. Is there anything new from your friend there? It sounds like they're preparing a bunker for safety. You confirmed the order for this ambitious operation did indeed come directly from the Forum. However, the cleaners have not been informed of its purpose. I think that's with everything we've heard thus far. We also discovered when the operation was begun. Forum contacted the cleaners to go chop and put their people to this great work some 4 days after Slothfloor made their chilling declaration. As seasoned travelers, the cleaners kept abreast of news from every corner of the world out of necessity. Thus, I'm inclined to trust that their counter events is accurate. Altogether, it gives me the distinct impression that this undertaking was a sudden and unexpected development. And I find it hard to believe that such a comprehensive restructuring of Labyrinthos and its archive should have been planned in such a brief window. Nay, this plan was long in the making. They were but waiting the right time to put it into effect. And the Telophoros declaration was what set it all into motion? Maybe it is the end of the days. The final days. Maybe they do know this is the final days and they're like, oh, we gotta get out of here and get to the vault. Seems likely, but let's not leap to conclusions just yet. The moment I suggest we conduct a wider investigation of Labyrinthos. The more facilities we visit, the more pieces of the puzzle we stand to find. In that case, how about we head to the Archeon? From there, we can reach the lower. Oh, we're heading. So are we being summoned? Wow, what's wrong? Are we being summoned again to another world? I find, truly, the sudden descent has left me with a bit of a headache, that's all. Nothing will stop me from soldiering on. Let's be at it. Let's be about it then. So let me take the lead. I'm fairly certain I remember the way back to the Archeon. We followed the path east to the forest where you were chasing after that mouse, or marmot, was it? You know, it is the trolls you need to watch out for. Yeah, I killed quite a few of them. If we head east, we'll get to a town. That might be a good place to stop. We're about 10 minutes short of where I was kind of hoping to get to. But if we've got a town here, that's a good stopping point, I think. Because this feels like it's going to be a whole thing. Whole new zone to explore. Stuff to do. This feels so slow. It looks like Ash zones. We can raid Ash. Oh, okay. Alright, I'm gonna go touch that crystal, and then I guess we'll call it here. I'm gonna do this first as well. A Chocobo Porter. That guy reminds me of some spice I found recently, gochujang. Tasty spice. I believe it's Korean. Very tasty. Yeah, we got a little extra stream time today, so I think this is a good place to stop. I'm gonna go work out and go get some food, shower, and then maybe try to figure out my taxes. I know I can't finish my taxes, but I can at least get a start on it. So that could be good. The stream stuff should be easy. I should be able to get that finished. I guess. I think Twitch sends me stuff, but it's all online. They don't actually send it to me. I have to go grab it. My work stuff is available, so I can get that as well. So just a reminder, don't forget to do your taxes. I like to do it early because if you do it early, you get your tax refund early. So, for example, last year I got quite a lot of money in tax refund. So that'd be fun. Maybe it'll make up for my trip coming up in a couple months. So, good night, everyone. Sleep well, have good dreams. Sorry about the stream issues today. Things happen, I suppose. But we got it back up and running. Got in. Oh, do you want to raid Ash? Let's raid Ash. Let's raid Ash. Remember, what am I remembering? Yep, I am heading off. I'm gonna get some food. Let's go raid Ash, shall we? Gonna go raid Ash. Yeah, I'll post a chicken. It's gonna be a while though. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you all have a good night and a great day tomorrow. No stream tomorrow probably, but we will be doing our Regal Fox Cinemas, continuing Firefly. We were up to episode 10, I think. Does that seem about right? Something like that. I don't know. I think we finished episode 8. So, alright. So, good night, everyone. Sleep well. Have good dreams. Fox out. Fox raid. I'm gonna go raid Ash. She's good people. She's good people. Alright, bye everyone. Fox raid. Night night.